What is up YouTube, it is Matty and we are doing a Learning LaLoon episode, and I've got some shattered LaLoon videos to show you today. Now, I did want to make a point of something here, and Channel 8.5 and Channel 9.5 are a big thing at the moment. If you don't know what they are, it's where, as a base, you focus on your lower, your walls and your heroes. And so, as an example, if you look at Xliv's defences, he started moving up his sort of air defences, wizard towers, and only now is he starting to do his arch towers and cannons and that sort of thing, and his mortars are still low as well. So before his defences are max, he's got, what's that, like 60% lava walls done. He's got his heroes up to level 21 and 22, so he's doing it properly. And what that means is that on the war map, when it comes to actually looking at or where he sits on the base. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong war. If I go back here, Warlog Differma, because that's the war that I'm going to be showing today, is in the raids from it. And if you look where Xliv sits on the map, he's number 20. But if you look where he attacked, look at Channel 9 was number 5 was the Channel 10, but number 6 and 7 is both where Xliv did his attacks. So absolutely wrecking bases. And it's all about shattered LaLoon. Now, when it comes to LavaLoon, it's scouting the base is important, and getting scouting the base is important in every attack, to be honest. But understanding when to use one golem, two golems, when to do take a lightning or try and bring an extra rage or this, that, and the other, and it does depend on a few things. So normally, if there's like a dragon in the CC or there's like a lava hound, lightning's pointless, so you don't want to be taking that. Again, if there's like loads of loons in the CC, anything where lightning isn't worth it, then it's pointless. And if it's easy to pull the CC, you can actually use witches to take as a normal kill squad to take the CC down and keep an extra rage spell. But Xliv does the same sort of attack on both, where it's 2 golems, 3 hounds, 13 or 14 loons or so, and then uses a jump spell and a lightning spell to take on to get the kill squad in. Now, when it comes to a base like this, you can see 2 air defences are relatively close together and almost sort of on the same playing field. So if you attack through sort of the cannon and all your troops are going in that way, and you get them in far enough, you're going to get both air defences and the queen. So if you try to attack from this side over here, you wouldn't get the queen, clearly. Or they'd have to cross over the town hall, and you'd have to jump an extra wall. It'd just be a pain. So the fact that the queen and 2 air defences perfectly line up, that makes this base ideal for sort of your normal kill squad and trying to take both down. And because you're taking 2 air defences down, it does warrant that you should be able to use 2 golems. So once you've got that set in your mind and Xliv knows that's the attack he's going to do, it's just how do you do it, which is obvious. Obvious as in every attack you do, you need to figure out how you're going to do it. So if you think now, he needs to get 2 golems, king and queen, and a couple of wizards. Wizards for funneling mainly, but he needs to get those troops into the core, into where the air defences are. How is he going to do it? Now, the cleanest way to do it, you could try and wall breaker in, but it can get messy and you can miss and that sort of thing. But if you look at the sort of the wall segments around here, if you put a jump spell in the middle of them, they're going to open up this core, that section, and that section there. And in the third section, or the section where the arch tower platform is, that's where you want to get your troops, because that's where the air defences sort of sit near. So one single jump spell, he's got all his troops where he needs to go. Brilliant. How does he get his king and queen to make sure they go in there? Now on this raid, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy because there's not too many external buildings, and if you place sort of a golem by that gold mine there, let's say, that arch tower is going to be focused on the golem, whereas that cannon's out of range, so you can just drop a wizard on the lab and that'll create a funnel. Same sort of up here. If you drop a golem by, say, the barracks here, you'll distract that cannon, and therefore you can create a funnel up here. So just dropping the golems in a sort of way where it covers a few defences, then the wizards down, then you're perfect. So that's how he creates the plan. Gets his king, drops his queen, gets his king in there, drop the king late once the CC have started being pulled so they don't lock onto the king straight away. Because if he gets killed very early, then it can really impact the raid. and you just need to get that lightning spell right. If there's witches in the CC, you need to get the lightning right on their head. That's key on the witch's head, because if she keeps spawning skellies, it can wreck your heroes very quickly. So let's replay this. Now I'll sort of talk through the rest of the raid as he does it, but as normal, when you drop it, you need to sort of maybe 2 loons first. There's an argument sometimes whether it's best to drop hound or loons first, but you almost alternate. So you might do hound, 2 loons, 2 loons, 2 loons, hound, 2 loons, 2 loons, 2 loons, hound, that sort of way you do it. But you've got to drop your loons on the defences. Now you can see on this base the defences are quite nicely spread, so there's a lot of direct exposure to defences, so you can drop 2 loons on pretty much every defence going round, and then once those defences are down and the hound's sitting on top of the air defence, they'll start moving inwards, take down the expo. So when he places his rage spells, he's going to want to try and get it so that he can take the expo down as well, and that will play an impact on the raid. So let's watch this attack and see how it goes. So this is number 1. Okay, so watch the golem drop in, 1 there and 1 over the other side. So all of the key defences that could kill his wizards are distracted. Easy funnel, boom, pretty much about now. There you go, queen's down, and he's put the jump spell down. Now golem's moving in. Watch how he's not dropped his king yet. The golems are now in. Now we can drop the king. Boom, king and queen going in, CC being pulled. See the witch come out. Watch how he waits. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. The witch is now just about getting into the right position, and he drops the lightning spell, so it does kill her. Now king's at good health. He's slowly getting targeted. Queen's moving in as well, so now it's time to aggro the king, rage the king up, get that air defense gone, and look where the queen is. Perfect position. Boom, second air defense targeted. Watch, 2 loons down, first hound going in sideways, trying to soak up the damage. 2 loons on each of those defenses. Second hound going in. Look, 2 more loons, 3 more loons on that one to try and push in. And the second hound's in position. It's time to do a rage spell. He's gonna get it down soon. As soon as the loons are sort of all within range, boom. Watch. I think he wanted to get the ones over the expos. I think he just about missed it, but he's got his third hound in. More loons swooping around now. Expos down. The cluster of loons are pushing in on top of the air defense, and you can see now the expo has been distracted killing pups, but there's a huge wad of loons. Now he sent that 1 in. Look, 1 loon in on that cannon to distract the wizard tower, which meant that all the other loons, the huge cluster, they were untouched. He's still got a loon in his camp, in his arsenal, so he's waiting to see where the troops are going to funnel and where he's going to need an extra loon. So I guess he's looking at the one on the gold storage, because if that goes upwards, then he doesn't need to worry about that section. So that's what he might be waiting for, actually. Look, gold storage down, and then he knows, yeah, okay, so I need some reinforcement at the top. So he's dropped his loon there to help take down the buildings, and loons are slow, so if you can save 1 or 2 at the end just to drop on areas that the pups aren't, then it's just going to ease the time off and ease the time pressure. So you saw, plan the raid, figure out how you're going to get 2 air defences, the queen and the CC dead. Did that quite smoothly, and then the smooth drop of the hounds and loons to clear the base, and that's how you do it. Nice timed rage spell as well, raging all the loons into sort of the expo and the or try to get into the expo and the air defense, and that's how you do it. So we're going to reinforce this, my point here, with video number 2, and let's have a look at the base. Scouting's always the important bit. Now you can see here, if he was to do the same approach as last time, sort of the air defense here, there, and the queen and the air defense there line up, but look how wide those defenses are, so it's almost risky that your queen's going to get both. But what he's noticed, which is beautiful, is that the 2 down here are quite close. And they're also close to an expo, which actually, if you can get your troops in at the right place and take down the expo as well, you've made your raid a lot easier. Again, air defences spread nicely around the outside of the base, so it makes loon dropping easy. So his plan was to take these 2 air defences down, and the queen will naturally come into play anyway. So I can't remember where he drops his jump spell. If it was me, I'd probably be looking to drop the jump spell almost directly on that cannon, because that'll get him into the right compartments maybe, because that'll open up the core, it'll open up the external, and it'll open up the wizard tower as well. So once let's say these two air defences, the queen comes in, she'll jump that wall, and then she'll get hit as well. Once those three are down, obviously the CC as well. Same sort of plan, jump, lightning, and then 2 rage spells for the loon drop in. It's gonna, once you've done the first bit, the rest should just slot into place. Now he just needs to drop his hounds where they're gonna sort of distract the defences enough to get a nice smooth loon drop. You don't want your loons to die. You want to be able to have enough tanking, just enough tanking so that the hounds die, and then the loons are straight on top of the air defences after. So let's watch how he does it. I think it's important to analyse the raid as it's going as well. So you can see golems down, defences distracted, wizards in to help create the funnel. Now there are some high HP buildings out there. He's dropped about 4 or 5 wizards down, queens in as well. Now he's not dropping his king yet. See where he's dropped the jump as well, exactly where I thought. King's going in now while the golems are out in front. The golems are going to be the thing that pull the CC, and because of that, it means that his king's going to get a bit of extra life left. So you see now, lightning spell straight on top of the witch. It's going to splash the other troops, and now he's got his king going in there, raging the king up. He's going to need to, he's taking down the enemy king, the enemy queen as well, and his queen is sat in a perfect spot. Now she'll target the air defense next. There it is. Look, the one air defense is gone. The expo, it wasn't touched, unfortunately, and you can see now he's already dropping the hound to go all the way across, distract that arch tower. 2 loons. More loons going in. Second hound's in there as well. Rage spell covering the air defense, covering the wizard tower, and covering the expo. He needs to get the expo dead, and the Teslas. Teslas are a huge threat. You can see the third hound drop as well. It's covered the distracted the Tesla. Teslas are down. That second rage spell as well. And you can actually see that the expo went down. I think the queen must have killed it. If you watch the replay back, you'll be able to see. And now that's again 1 loon to take the cannon down, and it's distracting the wizard tower while it's all getting while everything else is swooping in. And that loon has actually taken, very nearly. If it had taken that wizard tower down, that would have been perfect. You can see the single loon on the elixir storage as well. A bit of a bad placement actually, because the queen was going to target that, but I suppose you can't always guess which way the queen's going to go. And he's got 1 more loon. He's dropping it up top to reinforce, because that's where the most buildings are, and it's obvious that that's where it's going to need the that's where the most time's going to be. So again, so smooth, using the queen ability now because he hadn't before, because he hadn't even needed it. That's just ridiculous. And the fact it took the expo down as well. We'll watch back because I think I rushed this deployment. I just want to see it take the what happened to that expo. So speeding up this raid, and we'll just click play again. Watch it in 2 times speed and see how the raid goes. So the kill squad going in. Look, now once those 2 air defenses, the queen are down. That's perfect. It's time to start deploying. You can see the route to that top air defense. The way he drops the hand to swoop all the way across, distracting both arch towers, wizard tower, all that thing, and then letting the loons get in there. That's perfect. You can see that the loon, I think he's about to do the loon drop now. Air defense dead. Look, hound swooping across, loons going in. Look at the expo was targeted while the golem was distracting, which is perfect. And now the ray's just going beautifully, to be honest. And it's that timing. And can you see how he just put the rage to the side there to allow it to so it grabbed the loons and suck them into the air defense. So very nice rage spell placement as well. That's a lot of the time where I struggle as well. I think a lot can be learnt from these raids if you analyse them in a bit of greater detail and just see how and why he deployed them in the way he did. And that sort of analysis of raids is going to be the thing that improves you and gets you better. Just seeing other people 3-star isn't enough. You have to understand why and how they're 3-starring, and that's how you get better, I think, in this game. 16 loons is enough. In fact, I've seen people do it with 13 or 14 loons. To be honest, depends how many air defenses go down, that sort of thing. But well done to Xliv. It's been great to see you just rip apart some high bases when you're solo in the clan. But I mean, his war weight is based on his low defenses, so that doesn't really affect his offense, and I think that pays tribute. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed this Learning LaLoon episode. Of course, let me know what your thoughts are. Speak to me in the comment section. I'll try and reply back. And yes, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.